Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Easy English, the podcast where we talk about real life in real English. I'm Jessica. I'm an English teacher and language coach, and I really love talking about the things that matter in everyday life.
And I'm Benjamin. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Whether you're on the bus, at the gym, or just relaxing at home, welcome. You made a great choice pressing play.
We mean that. And today, I have a topic that feels very close to my heart. Benjamin, have you ever had that feeling where you know something needs to change in your life, but you just don't know where to start?
Oh, yes. Like you keep saying, this week I'll be different, and then nothing happens.
Exactly. You wake up, same routine, same feelings, same problems.
It's like being stuck in a loop.
A loop you can't get out of. And today, we're going to talk about why that happens, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
And the answer might surprise you. It's not about trying harder.
It's about something much deeper. So stay with us.
So let's think about this for a second. Every year, millions of people make plans to change their lives, right? New year, new me.
Oh yeah. I'll wake up early, I'll exercise, I'll eat better, I'll stop wasting time.
And then, what happens?
Most people give up, like really quickly.
Studies show that around 80 to 90% of people quit their New Year's resolutions. 80 to 90%. That's almost everyone.
Wow, that's a lot.
And here's the thing. It's not because people are lazy. It's not because they don't care. It's because they're trying to change the wrong thing.
Say more about that.
Most people try to change their habits, their schedule, their diet, but they don't change who they are. They don't change their identity.
So maybe you've been there too, right? You try really hard for a few days, and then one bad day comes and everything falls apart. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah. Today, we're going to explore exactly why that happens and what a real, lasting change actually looks like.
Before we go deeper, a quick note for our listeners. This episode is B1 level English, so the words and sentences are not too simple, but not too hard either.
And hey, if you're A2 level, that's totally fine too. Just listen. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word.
Just relax and enjoy the conversation. You can always come back and listen again later. Every time you listen, you understand a little more. That's how it works.
Also, if you like what we do here, please subscribe to Very Easy English. It really helps us a lot.
And here's our question for the comments today. Have you ever tried to change something about your life and failed? What happened? Tell us below. We really want to know.
So let's start with a very specific moment.
Yeah. Picture this. It's a Sunday night, you're lying in bed, and you look at your phone, and you realize another week is gone.
Oh no, I know this feeling so well.
And you think, what did I actually do this week? Did anything change?
And the answer is, no, not really.
That's the moment. That quiet, uncomfortable moment when you feel stuck, like you're not moving forward, like life is just repeating itself.
Maybe you feel this too. Maybe you've had that Sunday night feeling, that small voice saying, something needs to change.
And you know what most people do in that moment?
They make a list. Tomorrow I'll wake up at 6, I'll go to the gym, I'll read for 30 minutes, I'll drink more water.
Exactly. And the plan feels so good to make. It feels exciting, like you're already a new person.
But then Monday comes, and the plan disappears.
Yeah, because the problem isn't the plan. The problem is something underneath the plan.
Right. And that word underneath is important here. Underneath means below the surface, like the deeper part you can't easily see.
Think about it like an iceberg. You know an iceberg, the big piece of ice in the ocean?
Right. You only see the top of the iceberg above the water, but underneath, there's so much more.
Your habits are like the top of the iceberg, but underneath is how you see yourself. And that's the part most people never look at.
So the question is, what's underneath your habits? What's the deeper reason you keep going back to the same patterns?
That's what we're going to explore next.
Why willpower doesn't work.
So, most people think the answer is willpower. You know that word, willpower?
Willpower, like the mental strength to make yourself do something hard.
Right. I just need more willpower. I need to be more disciplined. I need to try harder.
Yeah, I used to think that too, honestly.
But here's the thing. Willpower runs out. It's like a battery.
Oh, that's such a good way to say it. A battery. You use it all day, and by the evening, it's empty.
So you start the day with good intentions, you say no to bad food at breakfast, you focus at work, you don't check your phone every 5 minutes.
And then by 9 p.m., you're on the sofa, eating chips, watching videos for 2 hours.
Exactly, because your willpower battery is dead.
I actually did this last week. I was so good all day, and then I just completely gave up at night.
Same, Benjamin, same. And I don't think it's our fault. Our brains are just built that way. We only have so much mental energy in a day.
So if willpower doesn't work long term, what does?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The idea is that real change doesn't start with what you do, it starts with who you think you are.
What do you mean by that?
Think about it this way. If deep in your heart you believe you are a person who is bad at exercise, then every time you try to exercise,
It feels like you're fighting against yourself.
yes, because your brain says, this isn't me, this isn't who I am, and then it gives up.
Wow, so the action conflicts with the identity. Conflicts, like they go against each other, they fight.
Right, and that conflict is exhausting. That's why it's so hard to keep going even when you really want to.
Maybe you feel this too. Maybe you've tried to build a new habit and it felt like pushing a heavy rock uphill every single day.
Yes, and the reason it feels so heavy is because your identity hasn't changed yet. You're trying to do something new while still being the old version of yourself.
And now, this is the big question. I want you to really sit with this one, listeners.
Not what do you want to do, but who do you want to become?
Those sound similar, but they're actually very different.
Right. What do I want to do is like, I want to exercise 3 times a week.
But who do I want to become is like, I want to be a healthy, active person.
See the difference? One is a task, the other is an identity. An identity, like the type of person you are, the story you tell yourself about who you are.
And when you start thinking about identity, something shifts. Shifts like it moves, it changes direction.
Yeah, instead of fighting yourself every day, you start asking, what would that person do right now?
Oh, that's really powerful. Like, what would a healthy person choose for lunch?
Exactly. Or what would a focused, productive person do right now instead of scrolling their phone for 20 minutes?
So it's not about forcing yourself. It's about slowly becoming someone new, one small decision at a time.
And here's something I find really interesting. You don't have to wait until you change to call yourself that person.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, say you want to become a writer. You don't have to wait until you've written a book. You can start by saying, I'm a person who writes, even if it's just 10 minutes a day.
Oh, so the identity comes first and the actions follow.
Exactly. When you say, I'm a writer, your brain starts looking for moments to write. It starts feeling natural.
That's so different from saying, I'm trying to write more. That sounds like a struggle.
Right. Trying keeps you as the old person. Being starts the new one.
Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Take a moment. Really think. What kind of person do you want to become? Not what you want to have or what you want to do, but who you want to be.
Seriously, pause the podcast if you want. Think for 60 seconds. Well, wait.
We really will wait.
Welcome back. So now let's talk about something really practical. What can you actually do today to start this shift?
Right, because identity change sounds wonderful in theory, but what does it look like in real life?
So here's something that actually works. It sounds a little strange at first, but hear me out.
Yeah, go on.
Write down 2 things. First, your negative vision. What does your life look like if nothing changes? Like in 5 years, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing now.
Oh, wow, that's uncomfortable to think about.
It is uncomfortable, but that discomfort, that uneasy feeling, is actually useful. It wakes you up. It makes the cost of not changing very real.
And the second thing?
Your ideal vision. Who do you want to be in 5 years? What does that person look like? What do they do every morning? How do they feel when they wake up?
So you're facing both sides, the life you don't want and the life you do want, side by side.
Exactly. And when you can see both clearly, something inside you wakes up. Not because someone told you to change, but because you can feel the difference.
That's really different from just making a to-do list, right?
So different. A to-do list is just tasks. This is about your whole life direction.
And once you have that direction, then you set small goals, really small ones.
Right. Not, I will exercise every day for 1 hour. That's too big, too scary.
Start with 5 minutes or even 2 minutes. The goal is just to feel like that new person, even for a tiny moment.
And here's the fun part. You treat it like a game. Give yourself small rewards. Notice your progress.
Yes, our brains love games. We love challenges. We love leveling up. So why not use that?
Life doesn't have to feel like a punishment.
Maybe you do this too. You feel way more motivated when something feels like a fun challenge rather than a boring duty you have to do.
Totally. The moment something feels like I have to, I just don't want to do it anymore.
Same. So make it I get to. Even that small change in words shifts everything.
Start small. 1 tiny decision. 1 honest question. 1 page of writing. That's enough to begin becoming someone new.
Now, let's slow down and look at some strong words we use today. This is our word tour, where we go through the key vocabulary from today's episode.
10 words. Nice and slow. You can repeat after us.
Word number 1, stuck.
The word stuck means you can't move forward. You feel like you're in the same place and nothing is changing.
From today's story, it's like being stuck in a loop.
New example. I've been feeling stuck at my job for months. I really need a new challenge.
You can repeat, I feel stuck.
Number 2, identity.
Identity means the type of person you are, your character, your values, and how you see yourself.
From today, real change starts with your identity.
New example. After she started running every day, her identity slowly changed. She started calling herself a runner.
You can repeat, my identity.
Word number 3, willpower.
Willpower is the mental strength to do something hard, especially when you really don't feel like it.
From today, willpower runs out. It's like a battery.
New example. I used all my willpower to not check my phone during dinner. By 9 p.m., I just gave up.
You can repeat willpower.
Word number 4, conflict.
Conflict means 2 things going against each other. They don't match, they fight.
From today, the action conflicts with the identity.
New example. There's a real conflict between what I want to do and what I actually end up doing every day.
You can repeat a conflict.
Word number 5, underneath.
Underneath means below the surface, the deeper part that you can't easily see from outside.
From today, the problem is something underneath the plan.
New example. He seems confident, but underneath, he was really nervous about the presentation.
You can repeat underneath.
Word number 6, shift.
Shift means to move or change direction. Something shifts when it moves from one position to a new one.
From today, when you start thinking about identity, something shifts.
New example. After that honest conversation with herself, her whole mindset shifted. She felt different.
You can repeat, something shifted.
Word number 7, vision.
A vision is a clear picture of the future in your mind, what you imagine your life could look like one day.
From today, write down your negative vision and your ideal vision.
New example. He had a very clear vision of the kind of father he wanted to be. That kept him going.
You can repeat, my vision.
Word number 8, disciplined.
If you are disciplined, you can control yourself and stick to a plan, even when it feels hard or boring.
From today, I just need to be more disciplined.
New example. She was very disciplined about her study schedule. Same time every single day.
Word number 9, motivated.
Motivated means you feel a strong internal reason to do something. You want to do it. You have energy for it. From today, you feel motivated, not because someone told you to, but because you can see the difference.
New example. I always feel way more motivated when I can see that my effort is actually making progress.
You can repeat, I feel motivated.
Word number 10, discomfort.
Discomfort is an uneasy, uncomfortable feeling. Not physical pain, more of an emotional or mental unease.
From today, that discomfort is actually useful. It wakes you up.
New example. There's always some discomfort when you try something new, but that feeling means you're growing.
You can repeat discomfort. So what did we learn today? Not try harder, not make a better schedule.
The real message is change starts from the inside, from how you see yourself, from the story you tell yourself about who you are.
If you keep saying, I'm a lazy person, your actions will follow that story.
But if you start saying, I'm becoming someone focused and healthy, slowly your actions will follow that story instead.
And it doesn't happen overnight, but it does start in one moment, one honest question, one thing written down.
Our comment question for today is, what is one thing about yourself that you want to change? And what kind of person do you want to become? Tell us in the comments. We really do read every single one.
And if this episode meant something to you, please share it with a friend, someone who might need to hear this today.
You are already doing something wonderful just by listening and learning. Don't forget that.
Keep going. One small step, one new story about yourself.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Benjamin.
Thanks for listening to Real Easy English Podcast.
See you next time.